Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream Monday. My name is Laura Cantu, and I'm really happy to be back with you all for another informative session, for another live stream. I'm also happy because I was sick with COVID last week, so that was not fun. So I'm happy to be feeling better and to be here with you guys today. So thank you so much for joining us today. Today, I will be going over the difference between institutional or university and private scholarships because it is very important to know what these differences are and what it means to the college admissions process, because it's important to understand the different types of financial aid, the different types of scholarships that are available for students in the United States. Because when we learn how to spot these differences, when we know the differences, and when we know the different types of options available for students and parents, students will know how to get these types of aids and scholarships for college, right? Because as the title suggests, university or institutional scholarships and private scholarships are completely different. The process to receive each of these types of scholarships is completely different from one another. So it's important to know what it is, how to get it, when to apply, etc. So that is what we will be discussing today. As always, let me know in the comment section where you are joining us from. I love to see, who's joining, whether it's parents or students, where they're joining from. So if you could please let me know in the comment section if you're a parent or a student. And if you're a parent, what grade is your student in? If you're a student, what grade are you in? And as always, too, don't forget to follow us in all of our social media channels, our English social media channels. Our name is the same everywhere. So it's going to be Best College Aid USA on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I also encourage you to follow us on these social media platforms because we do go live on Instagram and TikTok on Tuesdays. And today is Monday. So we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you follow us on all of our social media channels, you're going to be up to date. And you can also see content in TikTok that maybe you won't be able to see in Facebook or vice versa, right? So today we are talking about the differences between institutional and private scholarships. But I do want to let you know about something really, really exciting. It is our Black Friday discount blowout month, because I know that Black Friday is not for another 11 days, but we decided to start getting into the holiday spirit and decided to start our holiday sale, our Black Friday sale early. So if you're interested in joining Best College Aid and having access to all the amazing benefits inside of our membership, I am here to let you know that our sale is now available and you can save $600, a 60% off discount if you join Best College Aid today. This is our biggest sale of the year. This is the biggest discount that we have. So if you have been considering joining Best College Aid and having access to our private group for members, to our monthly private Q&A sessions that are just for members, where we sit with you guys via Zoom and we answer your questions one-on-one, access to all of our material, our step-by-step guide, all the amazing benefits inside of Best College Aid. The time is now because, as I said, this is the biggest sale of the year. 60% off, $600 off of our Best College Aid membership. So if you're interested in joining and having access, let us know. Take advantage. The link is in this video's description, and it's going to be, it ends in 11 days, so you still have time, but it's better to get in earlier and you can start getting all the discounts and all the amazing perks of being a Best College Aid members early and starting today. So if you're interested, the link is in this video's description. Alrighty, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and get started with today's presentation. What are the differences between these two types of scholarships: private scholarships, university scholarships, also known as institutional scholarships? Now, Why is it important to know these differences, and why are we talking about this right now? Well, I just want to let you know that November, the month that we are currently on, November 13th, it's scholarships month. It's the National Scholarship Month. And, here, I feel like, not here in the US, but all over the world, there's always like some sort of month. I mean, there's even like the National Beagle Day or the National Bagel Day. And some of them are just kind of silly, but this one is a big one, National Scholarship Month. So in this month, obviously, we want to raise awareness with all the types of scholarships and financial aid for college. So that is why we're talking about this specific topic today. And why is it important to know these differences, the differences between all these types of scholarships? Well, understanding what the four types of scholarships and financial aid for colleges are, can help your student and can help you make a plan that can align with the academic and the financial goals of your family, of your student. So knowing what each type of scholarships is and knowing when to, how to, where to apply to these scholarships is going to make the biggest difference. Because, for example, a lot of people will apply to college or go through the college admissions process without ever knowing that maybe there are state scholarships available for them. So they apply to college, they apply for the FAFSA, they apply for private scholarships, maybe they get a little bit of money through the FAFSA, and they get accepted to, if you're in Florida, let's say, Florida State University. But they never applied or they never looked into the state programs or state scholarships available to them, like Florida Bright Futures. And they were never aware of the requirements to qualify for this amazing scholarship. So they never really worked towards getting that state scholarships. The student graduates, they go to college, and they ask their fellow students who are paying nothing to go to college, oh, how much are you paying? Or what type of scholarships did you get to come here? And they're like, oh, I got Florida Bright Futures. And they're like, wait, what is that? Oh, well, you had to get this, and that in high school. And the student never heard about it, but they were able to qualify if they met the requirements. But since they didn't know, they just never worked towards getting those requirements. And Florida Bright Futures is not the only type of state scholarship program available. That's why it's important to know the four different types of financial aid and scholarships. Last week, we talked about state scholarships and federal scholarships, which is why this week we are talking about institutional and private scholarships, right? So here, we can see a post from one of our members saying, hey guys, I'm a sophomore in high school and I took French for 7th grade to 9th grade. But this year I stopped taking the class. I just wanted to ask if in those years in middle school still count even though I'm not taking any classes. Another thing, I was planning on taking AP Spanish next year, which would be their junior year, since I'm fluent in writing, reading, and speaking, and I think I can really take advantage of the class. But I'm not sure if I should take it or not, since I'm already planning on taking two APs, AP Anatomy and AP Human Body. I don't know if taking AP Spanish would be the best way or will look good in my transcript, since I want to go to medical school, and I'm not sure if medical school took languages. Thank you. Right, so this is a post from our students who obviously was confused. They didn't know if they should take this take AP French, sorry. And they were like, well, colleges are not going to see it. But once we explained to her, maybe they should take it because they knew the language and they had been taking it since middle school. This would facilitate or make the process of taking this class and potentially passing the exam much, much easier. Now, not only does taking an AP class look fantastic in a college application, especially a language class, because a lot of colleges do require students to take kind of like an not an extracurricular, but there's classes that's in the curriculum that students just have to take in order to graduate that are not related to their major at all. And sometimes it's language classes. So if this student were to apply to college and show, well, I took French since I was in middle school, and then I also decided to take AP French, and maybe if I want to go abroad or I'm just interested in learning the language, this could maximize their odds of getting accepted into college with institutional scholarships, because colleges want to see well-rounded students, and a lot of colleges award scholarships to students who not only have, good grades, but are also very involved and are also well-rounded, and maybe did things in high school to expand and to create a more, well-rounded, for the lack of a better expression, college application. So this would actually help the student, if they were to take this AP class, not only maximize their GPA and get better grades and get maybe merit-based institutional scholarships, but merit-based institutional scholarships, and it would also maximize those odds of getting accepted. So if she wasn't our student and she didn't ask, maybe she wouldn't have taken it, and then they probably wouldn't not had the opportunity to take the AP class and get a better GPA that could maximize their odds of receiving not only institutional scholarships, because there's even private scholarships that could be awarded to a student who took a language class or an AP class if they received good grades on this, on it, but also, it just would look really, really good in a college application. All right. So it's important to know these differences and to be well informed. Now, let's describe the different types of scholarships so that you can have a better idea of how to receive them, or what the student has to do in order to get these types of aids and scholarships. So what are private scholarships? Private scholarships are non-governmental financial aid offered by private entities. So these are scholarships awarded by private sources. It could be foundations, corporations, and charities, or individuals, literally just people who are giving away money based on a cause, based on students, GPA, grades, based on what the student wants to study. And, it can come from different sources. And these private scholarships are not always linked to financial need, and they can cover different expenses. So there are some private scholarships that could be used only for tuition purposes. There are some private scholarships that are used or geared towards helping students pay for their accommodations, room and board. And there are some scholarships that maybe could help students cover the cost of academic materials, like books, like a new tech equipment. So while most private scholarships are going to be more broad to help pay for tuition and room and board, there are some that maybe give students resources. The award might be like a new computer, maybe discounts, or just free books, textbooks, so students don't have to pay for textbooks, which can be really expensive. So these are private scholarships, okay? And I see that Jeanette's asking a question. Or is just joining us from California and you're a member of Best College Aid. Thank you so much, Janet, for joining us, and thanks for commenting. Alrighty. So that was the description of private scholarships. Now, what is university scholarships, also known as institutional scholarships? Well, institutional scholarships is aids or scholarships that are provided directly by colleges and universities to the students that they accept, right? So when the students gets accepted, they will receive a college financial aid package, so scholarships and financial aid, and some of it is going to be federal aid, some of it is going to be maybe private aid if they apply to private scholarships. But the biggest part of that portion of that financial aid package hopefully should be the institutional aid awards and scholarships, right? So institutional aid can be awarded based on, academic merit, athletic merit, economic need, and certain study programs, right? So if the student has an interest in majoring in biology and they did all these things in high school, and the School of Biology might award them with a specific award for showing so much interest and doing so much in high school. they can also be awarded due to leadership. As a matter of fact, the scholarship that I received, one of the scholarships that I received from my college, which was an institutional scholarships, it was a presidential scholarship, and part of it was awarded based on my academic performance in high school, but I also received this scholarship based on the leadership and how well-rounded of a student I was, because when I was in high school, I was the president of the National Honor Society, and I was also part of the theater club, and I was in the theater board. So all of this helped me get that specific institutional scholarship. Now, another institutional scholarship that I received was my theater scholarship, because as I mentioned, I was in the theater club and I was part of my school plays. And when I wanted to go to college, I didn't want to major in theater, but I did want to continue to do it as an extracurricular activity. So I auditioned for the theater club. My school had a theater scholarship that you had to audition for, and I was able to receive it, and I received $8,000 for practicing and for doing theater, which was amazing. My brother David, one of the institutional scholarships that he received was due to his academic performance in high school, but he also received an athletic scholarship because he swam in a D1 team in college, and he got recruited. He went through the whole recruitment process, and he now teaches some of our students who are also student athletes to go through that process, because for student athletes, it's a specific process that they have to go through, which is called the recruitment process, and there are certain, procedures and rules of how, when, and when students should be reaching out to coaches, how to reach out to them, and what to say, right? So this is something that David went through, but ultimately that athletic scholarship that he received, which was $8,000 per year, that scholarship that he received to go to college and swim, it was an institutional scholarship, a university scholarship, right? So just wanted to describe both of them. And these are the institutional scholarships are awarded during the admission process. It's important to know that too. And there are some institutional scholarships that are awarded by colleges that students could apply for. My college, Marist College, it was just like 2 scholarships, and these specific scholarships were awarded by the specific departments. So I think it was the fashion school, and the other one was the psychology program. Students could literally write an essay or fill out a portfolio and apply for this institutional scholarship. So the process was kind of like an application type of thing. And colleges also do have that. Not every school has it, but it's important to know that that's also a possibility. And usually those could be the ones that were available at my school were for students who were not freshmen, who had already gone on to sophomore, junior, and senior year. So those are also available, other types of scholarships, institutional scholarships available, right? Now, the FAFSA and the CSS profile, why are these key? Why are these necessary in order to receive these specific types of scholarships, right? Well, the FAFSA and the CSS profile are needed in order to access institutional scholarships and some private scholarships. Now, the FAFSA is most of the time always going to be used by colleges that award institutional aid, not for private scholarships. I'll get into that, but if we're talking about institutional scholarships, every school is going to require the FAFSA. Most schools and most colleges, right? Not every college requires the CSS profile. There's around 300 colleges and universities that require this form. So it's important to figure out, especially students who are currently seniors and who are planning to apply to college. If you have not done so already, check if the schools that you are applying to require the FAFSA, because if they require this form, you have to fill it out, right? So why am I saying this? Well, colleges that award institutional aid, whether it is need-based aid, maybe academic-based, merit-based scholarships, they are still going to require this form. And if the school requires CSS profile, they're definitely going to use it to award institutional scholarships. So it's important to check out and make sure what colleges require these forms. Now, it's also important to complete these forms accurately, and submit them with the within the established deadlines, right? Before the deadline, because another mistake that a lot of people make is not submitting it on time, not submitting it at all. And people who do qualify for federal aid, there's people who say, you know what, like we don't even qualify for the FAFSA, like in the sense of that, yeah, we're citizens and we can fill it out, but I don't know, both my parents work and we make too much money. Well, even if the student doesn't qualify for federal aid, they should still be filling it out, because institutional aid is awarded and schools are most likely going to be needing that FAFSA, right? So even if you don't qualify or you think you don't qualify for federal aid, still fill it out, because institutional scholarships do need this form. Errors and delays may affect your chances of receiving aid and scholarships, because a lot of schools do award financial aid and scholarships on a first come, first served basis. And the chances of receiving the most financial aid are in the beginning of the year when applications are rolling in. And by the time that maybe the student, if they decide, or maybe the school tells them, in order for us to award this financial aid, you need to send out the FAFSA, and they're like, okay, I'm going to send it now. But it's like later in the year, and a lot of the financial aid has already been awarded to other students. Those odds of receiving the most financial aid possible are going to be slimmer, right? So it's important to fill those forms out and send them out if required, as early and correctly. Alrighty? Alrighty. I do want to let you know if there's any members, because I did see that Jeanette is watching this live stream. We do have new tutorials on how to fill out these forms. Well, the FAFSA tutorial, we're going to be releasing it in December, because the new FAFSA form, if you don't know it, for students who are currently seniors, is going to be different. Usually the FAFSA is available in October, but this year they're doing something different. They are opening the form in December. So as soon as that form is available, here us at Best College Aid, we're going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial that is exclusive for our members. So Jeanette, if you said that you're a member, your parent of a senior, perfect. So this tutorial is going to be available in December. So you should be filling out this form for your son, and we will be having that available. So stay tuned for that. Also, inside of Best College Aid, now we do have our CSS profile tutorial. Francisco did it like a month ago, and it's been on our platform. So if you want to watch it, especially because you say you have a child in senior year, if they're applying to any schools that require the CSS profile, make sure that you are watching this tutorial and taking notes and just filling it out on time and correctly. Also, we do have a new video on our student who got accepted into Emory University and how they did it by following our methodology and following our guide. And honestly, how they received the most amount of scholarships, institutional scholarships, and financial aid. So that is a new video that we also have for our members. So if you guys want to check it out, we did publish it on the Facebook group for members, Janet. So if you want to check it out. And yeah, that was how to, what are the differences between institutional university scholarships and private scholarships. I don't really see any questions, so I'm not going to be answering questions. Before I head out, though, I do want to remind you to take advantage of our Black Friday sale that we have going on right now. $600 off of our Best College Aid family membership. This is the biggest sale of the year. Take advantage of it. The link is in this video's description. You won't regret it. and you're going to have so many benefits that are going to help you and your family go through the college admissions process and maximize their odds of getting accepted with college to college with the most amount of scholarships possible. All right, the link is in this video description. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are having a great start of your week, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.